The quiet legacy of a character actor who helped shape modern television. Patrick Finn was never the loudest presence in the room, nor was he the kind of celebrity whose name dominated headlines or red carpets. Yet for decades, he occupied a unique and meaningful place in American entertainment. Audiences recognized him instantly, even if they couldn't always name him. He was the neighbor, the boyfriend, the coworker, the friend of a friend. Characters that felt real, lived in, and emotionally grounded. On December 22nd, Patrick Finn passed away at the age of 60, following a prolonged fight with bladder cancer. His family confirmed that he had previously entered remission before the illness returned. His death marked the end of a career that spanned generations of television viewers and included appearances in some of the most influential sitcoms and films of the past 30 years. While Finn may not have been a household name in the traditional sense, his impact on television storytelling was profound. He represented a disappearing archetype in Hollywood, the dependable character actor whose purpose was not to steal scenes, but to strengthen them. A life defined by storytelling, not spotlight. Patrick Finn's journey into acting did not begin with fame in mind. From the outset, his career was driven by a love of performance and collaboration rather than ambition for celebrity. This grounding would define his entire professional life. Born and raised in the Midwest, Finn developed an interest in comedy and performance during his formative years. That interest deepened during college, where he immersed himself in improv comedy, a discipline that demands quick thinking, emotional intelligence, and trust among performers. It was during this period that Finn formed a close friendship with Chris Farley, who would later become one of the most iconic comedians of his generation. While Farley's career exploded into superstardom, Finn's path unfolded differently. Rather than pursuing headline roles, Finn gravitated toward character-driven performances. This distinction mattered. Where stars draw attention to themselves, character actors draw attention to the story. The power of improv and early career foundations. Improv comedy shaped Patrick Finn's approach to acting more than any formal training could. Improvisation taught him to listen closely, respond authentically, and serve the scene rather than his own ego. Those qualities became evident throughout his television work. His early professional years were filled with auditions, small roles, and the unpredictable rhythm familiar to working actors. Finn's breakthrough arrived when he was cast on The George Wendt Show, where he portrayed the brother of Wendt's main character. Though the series did not enjoy a long run, it offered Finn something far more valuable than longevity: credibility. That role demonstrated his ability to bring depth and warmth to a supporting character, and casting directors took notice. From that point forward, Finn became a reliable choice for roles that required subtlety rather than spectacle. Becoming a fixture in television's golden sitcom era. Throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, Finn steadily built a resume that reflected both versatility and restraint. He appeared on Murphy Brown, a show known for blending comedy with political and social commentary. Finn fit naturally into that world, offering performances that felt grounded amid the show's sharp wit. On Third Rock from the Sun, a series defined by exaggerated performances and absurdist humor, Finn provided balance. His characters often acted as anchors of realism, allowing the show's more eccentric elements to shine without becoming untethered. These roles were rarely flashy, but they were essential. Television is an ecosystem, and Finn understood his place within it. He knew how to enhance a scene without overpowering it, how to create believable dynamics with leads, and how to make a character memorable even with limited screen time. The role that cemented his legacy: The Middle. For many viewers, Patrick Finn will forever be associated with The Middle, ABC's long-running family comedy that aired from 2009 to 2018. Finn joined the series in 2010 as Bill Marwood, a recurring character whose presence added texture to the fictional town of Orson, Indiana. The Middle thrived because of its authenticity. The show resonated with audiences precisely because its world felt familiar, messy, imperfect, and deeply human. Finn's performance embodied that spirit. Bill Norwood was not a caricature, he was someone viewers could imagine knowing in real life. Across 8 years, Finn appeared regularly on the series, becoming a trusted part of its ensemble. His scenes were often understated, but that restraint made them powerful. He brought empathy and nuance to a show that understood the humor in everyday struggles. For many fans, Finn's work on The Middle represents the peak of his career, not because it was his most prominent role, but because it showcased everything he did best. Iconic guest appearances that fans never forgot. Patrick Finn's resume reads like a time capsule of television history. Among his most memorable appearances were roles on Seinfeld and Friends, two series that helped define an era. On Seinfeld, Finn appeared as Joe Mayo in the episode The Reverse People. In a show built on idiosyncratic characters and observational humor, Finn's performance fit seamlessly. He delivered exactly what the role required, no more, no less, and that precision made the character memorable. Friends offered Finn a different challenge. He portrayed Dr. Roger, Monica Geller's boyfriend, in the alternative universe episodes The One That Could Have Been. These episodes required emotional nuance, as they explored how different choices might have altered the characters' lives. Finn rose to the occasion, bringing sincerity and complexity to a role that could have easily been one-dimensional. These appearances may have been brief, but they left lasting impressions. Even years later, fans continue to recognize Finn when revisiting these classic episodes. A film career built on reliability. While television remained his primary medium, Patrick Finn also appeared in several films. He had roles in comedies like Dude, Where's My Car? And romantic features such as It's Complicated. As with his television work, Finn's film performances were marked by consistency and professionalism. He was the kind of actor directors relied on to elevate supporting roles. He understood pacing, tone, and the importance of ensemble chemistry. He didn't need the spotlight to leave an impression. Teaching the next generation. One of the most meaningful chapters of Patrick Finn's life unfolded away from Hollywood sets. In addition to acting, Finn dedicated himself to education, serving as an adjunct professor at the University of Colorado and later at Marquette University, where he had once been a student. Teaching allowed Finn to give back to the craft that had given him so much. Students remembered him not only as an accomplished actor, but as a generous mentor who valued discipline, humility, and curiosity. He emphasized the importance of preparation, collaboration, and resilience, lessons drawn directly from his own career. In an industry often obsessed with fame, Finn taught his students that success could take many forms. A private battle with cancer. Patrick Finn's death followed a 3-year battle with bladder cancer. According to his family, the disease had entered remission before returning. Throughout his illness, Finn maintained privacy, choosing to focus on his family and work rather than public attention.
A private battle with cancer. Patrick Finn's death followed a 3-year battle with bladder cancer. According to his family, the disease had entered remission before returning. Throughout his illness, Finn maintained privacy, choosing to focus on his family and work rather than public attention. His passing on December 22 marked the end of a quiet but courageous fight. For those who knew him personally, Finn's resilience during this period reflected the same strength and grace that characterized his professional life. Family, legacy, and the measure of a career. Patrick Finn is survived by his wife, Donna Finn, their 3 children, as well as his parents and siblings. To them, he was not a television actor or comedian, but a husband, father, son, and brother. His legacy cannot be measured solely by awards or box office numbers. Instead, it lives in reruns, streaming platforms, classrooms, and the countless viewers who felt a connection to characters he brought to life. In a culture increasingly dominated by spectacle, Patrick Finn represented something quieter and rarer. He showed that consistency matters, that professionalism matters, that not every contribution needs to be loud to be meaningful. Remembering Patrick Finn. Patrick Finn may not have chased fame, but he earned respect. He may not have led blockbuster films, but he helped define the texture of modern television. His work reminds us that storytelling is a collective effort, and that those who support the story are just as important as those at its center. As audiences revisit The Middle, Seinfeld, Friends, and countless other shows, Finn's performances remain. They continue to do what he always intended: serve the story, connect with viewers, and quietly endure. Rest in peace, Patrick Finn.